Hey guys, it's Jessica from Glisten Fit. I am here with round 4 of question and answers. I know it's been a few weeks since I did the third round, but that's because I've been busy with the ebook launch. Yes, it is out. It is done. I just want to take a second to thank you guys for all of the encouragement, all of the support that you guys have shown me. It is way better than I ever could have imagined. Your feedback, guys, it seriously means the world to me because the ebook is for you. That's why I wrote it, is to help you, to encourage you, to push you forward in your goals. So I just want to take a quick second to thank you guys for making it such a success. We'll go ahead and jump right into the questions. Question number 1, how did Adam and I meet? We actually met in high school. We started dating when I was 16 years old, so way back in 2006. We met in French class. It's actually really funny because I was going to take Spanish instead of French. We had to take a foreign language in high school. And, everyone took Spanish because it was the easy route to go. But I had a girlfriend in, my freshman year. She took French, and she loved the teacher, and she just loved the class. I would always see her doing, little note cards for her homework, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to take French, too. So I waited until my sophomore year, and then I signed up for French, and probably, 2 or 3 days into the first semester, Adam actually got switched into my French class. So that is where I met him. And let me just tell you, when I met him, he had an afro. I'm not joking, you guys, this big. I know you would never believe me. I'll have to post a picture under the video. I'll dig through and see if I can find an old picture of us from high school. But we both look really, really different from high school. But yeah, we're high school sweethearts, so that's how Adam and I met. The next question, how did Drew and I start working together? We started working together, actually, I went to a fitness studio, a local fitness studio, in December of 2013 is when I started going there as a member. So I wasn't working there or anything. I guess probably December, January, February, March, April, May. Probably 3 or 4 months after I had been going there as a member, I actually started working there as a personal trainer, which that was my very first job in a gym or in any kind of fitness, anything. So I'm really thankful for that job. I learned a lot. That's where I met Drew. He was kind of my mentor. He was technically my boss at the studio. So I learned a lot from him as far as program design and just, how to interact with clients and things like that. So we met there and we were talking about, he knew that I was doing the online stuff as well. And he kind of joked saying, oh, we should team up and we could do an online fitness empire, And a couple hours went by and I texted him. I was like, hey, we should really probably look into doing that. Because I'd always wanted to do the online gym, but I was always too scared to take that leap by myself. So just knowing that I wasn't doing it by myself just gave me the courage to kind of go for it. So we met and started working together at a fitness studio in Brandon. Next question, this is a good one. How do you stay away from temptations of not so healthy food, and how do you avoid emotional or bored eating? I don't keep junk food in my house because I know that when I get done, sometimes I don't get done training clients until 9 o'clock at night, and when I'm done, I'm really hungry. So I'll grab whatever is the easiest thing to grab in the kitchen. So if I have junk food that's there for me to grab, I know that I'll grab it. So just by completely taking that temptation away makes it 10 times easier. So I would definitely suggest keeping junk food out of your house. And then the second part of that question, how do I avoid emotional or bored eating? Well, I never really, I don't think I've ever been an emotional eater because I would always just eat whenever I wanted to, whatever. But I've never been an emotional eater, so I can't really relate to that question. But bored eating, I kind of used to do. If I was just sitting watching TV or whatever, I would just be, eating food. But now I am so busy with owning a business that I never have time to be bored. So I would suggest to spend your time, start a business or jump into a hobby or something. Just make sure that you're fulfilling your time so that way you're not just sitting around let me think about what's in the fridge or something like that. Just make sure that you're keeping yourself busy and healthily busy. So, join a club or be active or start a business or do something like that. Next question. Do you fix separate dinners for you and your husband if he doesn't want to eat clean like you? We actually don't really have to deal with that because my husband, he loves just, meat and veggies, and that's normally what I make for dinner. So as long as there's meat involved, then he's okay with eating it. So we'll do, a lot of the times, we've been on a shrimp kick lately. So we've been cooking shrimp a lot, and then just like a side of vegetables. So as long as I keep dinner like pretty simple, like a meat and a veggie, he's usually pretty good to go as long as I don't try anything crazy like a health fad or something for dinner, like a health fad recipe. He's usually okay. So if I want to try anything different, I'll usually do it for lunch or breakfast. So I suggest just keeping your dinners really simple, and that way you and your significant other can enjoy the same meal together. What equipment do you need to have a basic at-home gym? Well, I do all of my workouts except for once a week at home, so this is a great question for me. I've kind of built up my home gym over the years, so I'm not saying to go out and run and buy all this equipment right off the bat because I know that's really expensive. But I would say the key pieces would be dumbbells. I use typically between 10 and 30 pound dumbbells depending on the exercises. So dumbbells, I would say a kettlebell. I use my kettlebell a lot. I have a 25 pound and a 35 pound kettlebell. A jump rope, really good for cardio, especially if it's raining outside and you can't get outside to do sprints or go for a jog or something. Jump rope is a lifesaver as far as that goes. And then a foam roller, which actually, mine is sitting right here, so I'll just show you. This is my foam roller. I have a love-hate relationship with this thing. I make sure to foam roll at least 2 or 3 times a week just to keep my muscles long and lean and healthy. It kind of gets rid of the acid buildup and just helps keep you from getting super, super sore. So dumbbells, kettlebell, jump rope, foam roller, those are pretty much the basics. And then like a chair, like something that you can like step up on, but you can just use anything that you have at your house, like a bench, a chair. You can use your couch if you're desperate. So I would say those are like the key pieces that you would need to get your at-home gym started at least. This is actually a really good question. I have moms especially ask me this all the time. Is a workout as effective even with a lot of breaks during it? And then she says, I do all of my workouts from home with 2 small children around. So with that being said, I do have to take a lot of breaks that I wish I didn't have to take to do things from getting them a drink to breaking up an argument and everything in between. I'm sure that a lot of different trainers have different opinions on this question. But me personally, I think any workout is better than no workout. So even if you can just do a little bit here and there, I would say go for it because why not? You might not be able to work out solid for an hour, and yeah, that might be more beneficial. But sitting on the couch or just sitting there and watching the kids when you could just be getting a quick workout in, why not? I say just go for it. Whatever you can fit in, whatever works for your schedule, make it happen. And then the last question, when did your relationship with food change? What changes did you make immediately and what changes were gradual? My relationship with food started changing when I started college, I would say, maybe the very, very end of high school going into college. I just started realizing how big of an impact that food has on my body, not only on the outside what I look like, but on the inside, how much energy I had and, if I was getting sick or just feeling kind of gross. I started to figure out, hey, what I eat really affects me on the inside and on the outside. Imagine that. So that's probably when my relationship with food started changing. I got really serious about clean eating, probably 2.5 or 3 years ago, I would say, is when I really started hardcore focusing on fueling my body with whole, clean, healthy foods. And what changes did you make immediately and what changes were gradual? Immediately, I stopped drinking anything that was not water. That has been the biggest game changer because water, it just gives me so much energy. It helps keep your skin clear. Your body just needs water and it's easy to drink. So that was the biggest change that I made right off the bat. And then I started, instead of eating white like carbs like bread, flour, sugar, I kind of started getting more into like the whole wheat, whole grain, and that was kind of a gradual thing. I started incorporating more veggies gradually, and then I think so that was like the beginning. I was like kind of testing the waters, you know, and then probably like a year in, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do this. So I stopped eating junk food. I started clearing out my pantry and my fridge of all the processed food, and I really started focusing on buying whole healthy foods with like really few ingredients and just focusing on fueling my body with that kind of stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not perfect. I will eat something if it's processed if I have to. I'm not like, oh no, I'd rather not eat. To me, I'd rather eat something than eat nothing, so that's how that works. But I would say overall it started out gradual, and then I was like, you know what, let's just freaking do this. And so I just went balls to the wall, and if you see in my ebook, I kind of go over what clean eating is to me, how it works with my lifestyle, how I incorporate different things in there. So if you want to purchase that, you will be able to read all about the kind of things that I eat. And I think that will be the last question for today. So I will make sure to do another call for questions on Instagram so that if you guys have any more burning questions that you just have to have the answer to, make sure that you look for that post on Instagram and leave your question in a comment. And I will see you guys next time.